I am Master Jambai. Welcome to this new replay commentary. We are covering Advanced Wars by Web, of course. I am Sturm. My opponent is Sasha. It's very unfair, in my own opinion. Sturm is too broken. Now, it was Global League, so let's read out both CO charts and both profile of myself and my opponent. So here we are. Clueless rune. He has a rating of 750.6. He has 36 win, 43 defeat. Most UCL Sonja. Second, Adder. And he also got Sasha as a third. I respect this guy a lot for his third pick, because I do like Sasha a lot despite the lack of Sasha showcase. This will change because I decided, yo, you know what? Sturm is broken, we get it. I will give you more of Sasha, more of Javier, more of Grit. Even if the three mentioned name are the weaker in tier 1, I will give you more of them. Now, let's go over to my profile. 873.82 with Olaf most used, Sammy second, Sturm third. I'm a bit ashamed of this third place because Sturm is broken. Sturm makes no sense. Sturm is dumb. Sturm should be banned from Global League. Let's go over to the chart now. Sturm! Movement cost overall terrain is reduced to 1 except in snow. Unit lose 20% attack and gain 20% defense. So defense is better than offense, so I am very happy with that trade. Of course, disregard for terrain makes Sturm Recall broken. They are so unfair. It's very funny. Now, Meteor Strike, a 2-range missile, deals 4 HP damage. The missile target an enemy unit located at the greatest accumulation of unit value. Meteor Strike 2 is the same thing, but it deals 8 damage instead of 4. Now, all that weird wording. Well, you have a Mega Tank? Meteor Strike will strike it. It won't aim for your infantry. No, 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 no. It will aim for the blob of unit that has the most unit value. So yeah, that's it. Let's go over to Sasha. So, Sasha, receive plus 100 income per property. Note that labs and tower do not count toward this. So this means base, cities, airport, port, HQ, they all provide extra money. Power, market crash, reduce enemy power bars by 10% per 5,000 funds. This is really good. This is why you usually pick Sasha. You can deny a lot of powers and super with that. Now the way to use her, well, I suggest you do not deny a 3 stars or less powers because it's like wasting your charge. Each time you use your power, it will cost you more at the end. Now, it's very good against seals like Sturm. It won't have Meteor Strike 2. It's as simple as that. It's very good against Vombolt. It won't have Ex Machina. Now you will tell me, but Sasha lose to Vombolt. This is true, Vombolt has just better units. But against Sasha, usually Vomble cannot use Ex Machina, and this is a fact if Sasha is smart enough to shut it down. Now, War Bonds receive funds equal to 50% of damage dealt when attacking enemy units. Now, on Dual Strike, even when you defend and counterattack, you do gain money. And Advanced Wars by Web, I don't know. Um, Probably not. I really don't know, to be honest. I don't play enough for Super, and I don't really remember. Anyway, let's go to the replay. So, I do like this map. It's a fun map. What I dislike, however, is all the vision we get. Remove the sub, remove the other one. Now, Meg, I don't agree with that. Because Meg receive damage when they attack, even if they are on mountain. So they will lose value. Yes, they will pay themselves back, but you will lose value, they will lose value. The only reason why this Meg can be useful is to kill faster the Recon. But even there, you don't really care about vision early in the game. At some point, you will try to get the tower. It's clear. You will get the tower at some point. It's very important to kill the Recon. But with a Meg, I don't like it. I don't like the idea. It's really bad. It's waste of money. Early in the game, you should have infantries. If you use your Mech to shoot the Recon, you are a low rated player. Or you are a meme because you know it's bad. Use an artillery, even if you are max. Now, I may frustrate some of you may be not on board with what I say, but by experience, artillery are better to shoot the Recon than mechs. But this is my take. Now, let's keep going. Now I traded 2 artillery. This is fine. I guess it's to be fast. He has 2 tank. That's fine. Now he got his first battle copter out, and this is funny because I got my first anti-air out. Now, when I look back, I do think this engagement was really bad because I am Sturm and that unit is sitting on a building. So this was a trash engagement. Don't do that. Sturm is a defensive CO. He's not offensive. You can start to be offensive when you have a dead ball ready and you are aiming for the enemy HQ. Now, it's not the case right now. Attack, attack, and I lost a tank because I am stupid. First strike, kill, capture. Now, trying to get that building is dumb. Here's the why. This is not a contested building. The most contested building are these 4 ones. Now, sometimes this one is contested, but usually this one and this one are to this player and this player, usually. But sometimes it can change. And sometimes this can be contested because this is the weak point. And sometimes this can be contested because this is the weak point. But most of the time, the true contested building are these 4. By experience. So let's keep going. Damage, 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 market crash. Now let's go back and see. Is it a good market crash? This is a trash market crash for many reasons. The first one, it's the start of your turn. So this means you will deal damage. So this means you will recharge my meter. Yours will not charge. So you wasted your market crash. Now the second reason why it's a bad market crash. I had 2 stars. You had 2 stars. Now you'll tell me, oh, it's even trade. Not really, because I didn't use any power or super. So my power cost will remain the same. It will just need to recharge later on. During this turn, next turn, in the future. Her power in the other end. Her power in the other end will cost 20% more on the next use. So this means it will be slower to recharge. It will take you more time to recharge. So this is not an even trade. You lost 2 stars, I lost 2 stars, but you will take forever to reload your 2 stars the next time. Now, I suggest to use market crash. One market crash for the end of the turn, because both players charged their meter. So you really crash his meter if you wait for the end of the turn. Now, you will not get the firepower buff, but Sasha is not meant to be an aggressive seal in terms of firepower. She's meant to be a seal that take up faster and that have a bigger army than you. This is the way she overwhelm you. This is why she is good. This is not for firepower. So don't think about the buff with Sasha. Think about stalling the game. The second thing to consider when you want to use your market crash is how much star do you take away from your opponents. If your opponent has, for example, sturm charge for the power that required 6 stars, wait until 3 stars are filled or 4 stars are filled. If you wait 5, it's risky because 5, it's really easy to get 9k. So I recommend to play it safe and charge it until 4, and once your opponent hit 4, you shut it down. If it's Hawk, for example, he has 5 stars. So I suggest you to shut it down once he reached 3 stars. Because if he reached 4 stars, he will get closer to his goal. And as I mentioned, it's really easy to get 9k. So shut it down at the right moment. Now, if your opponent seal has a power that costs 3 or that costs 4, I suggest you to let it slice. Now, sometimes it's a good idea to smash a power with your power. Sometimes. But you need to consider how much value your opponent can get out of his power. If he barely does damage to you or your economy, let it slide. If you know the power can truly hurt you, then consider your power. Now, I will give you a good example. Javier. I used to think, don't let Javier get his power. Don't. Javier power is 3 stars. And when I look back, I realized, look, it's okay if he have buffs for 1 turn. The most important thing is to stop him from getting his super, let's say. And yeah, it took me a lot of games against Javier as Sasha to realize that. Because if you spam your power market crash to deny a 3 stars power, your charge will be slower and at some point it will still get his power. I'm not saying never use your market crash against Javier. I am just saying look at the situation, what is going on, what can harm you, what can be dangerous. Because sometimes someone can have a power that won't do much, and other time their power can be game changing and maybe they can win or get a good lead. Now enough spoke, let's keep going. So now let's keep going. First strike, first strike, first strike. Boom, boom, pow! Damage, damage. Now, the reason why I did not retreat, I wanted to get maximum value, and if these things stay around, I will have maximum value, I will be able to kill them all. Now, of course, I will lose 2 artery, but this is 21k, and this is 12k. So I don't mind losing these units. Attack my infantry because I was greedy. Attack my infantry, and kill my infantry. Damage. Damage. Oh, kill. You see, that artillery survived. But I will be able to take out these 2 tanks or damage this one or kill this one and kill another one. We will see how it goes. Kill. Capture. Damage. Kill. 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 Oh, this is wonderful. So many units died this turn. It was a really good turn for me. Now I rocket spam because I am sturm and I lost arteries. Now if we take a look to unit value and unit count, I got a better unit count right now and better value as well. Now if you take a look at the economy, I will tell you something. I played against Catpie a few weeks ago, maybe a month ago, I forgot. Our second replay commentary, I think it was probably 1 month ago. I was Sasha and I forgot which Theo he picked. And he told me Sasha should always be ahead of his opponent in terms of economy, income, I should say. And if you take a look right now, she's ahead of me, but by 100. So this means I have more buildings than her, and this is wrong. This means something went wrong in her capture game. Can I explain how? I'm not quite sure if I can. All I will say here is going for my city in the corner was a mistake. She lost an infantry. Now on the left side, I'm not quite sure what happened. Why is she so slow to capture building? So now let's keep going. First strike, first strike. First strike, first strike. That artillery is a warrior, guys. That artillery survives everything. Damage, retreat, damage, kill, damage, damage. And tier backup is arriving soon. I'm still on top in terms of income and army value. Now, she did a mistake. Um, she did a mistake because she left that battlecopter in this area. She should expect some kind of response to the copter. That's the first mistake. The second mistake, she used her power mid-turn, and this is really bad. As I mentioned earlier, use your power at the end of your turn, because now you can give me charge. You see, you gave me charge. Damage, kill, kill. Damage, kill. Now, the fact that I am currently getting cities on his side means he is very slow and he is not really keeping up with me. He has hard time to follow me. Unit count, it's similar. I have a bit more and I have more value, much more value, which is interesting. I also got more income, and this means something went wrong for her. First strike, goes for the building there. I'm not quite sure about that move. I think the better option would be attacking this infantry there, but things happen. Kill, capture the building. Damage, damage, kill, kill, damage, kill, kill. So now take a look at the unit count. I got a much better unit count. It's only because I am Sturm and I got crazy defense. Now, here again, this is a really greedy. Don't do that. You are lucky I'm lacking firepower in this area, but you will still lose an infantry for nothing. Market crash, mid-turn again. You look at that. She gave me 1 star back. You're not using your power properly. Now, 2 recon and 1 medium tank is fine. Now, I would rather get a tank and an infantry over 2 recon, but 2 recon is fine. Damage, 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 kill, bomber and 3 infantry. Now take a look at the value. I got more value and more unit count. And now we will recognize something else. Some kind of pattern. 8 infantry against 14. Now this is telling a lot, because we are with 3 bases. If it's light bases, then that kind of number is normal. But we are with 3 bases. And having only 8 infantry means you have a very weak capture game, and you probably have less income than your opponent. Usually. There are some exceptions. No game goes the same way. Everything is different each single game. But if you got under 10 infantry, if half of your army, or I should say, half of your army should be infantries. In this case, this is 1/3 of my opponent army. This is 33% of my opponent army that is made of infantry, and this is really bad composition. Half of my army are infantry. That's why I have a better economy than him. That's why my infantry can take out other infantry instead of using tank and medium tank to take out other infantries. Infantries are good the entire game. They are there for your economy. They are there to damage opponent infantry to deny captures. If you don't make infantry, you will have a weaker capture game. If you don't make infantry, you will be forced into using more value to shoot down infantry. Make sure you have infantry. So let's keep going. First strike, kill. Now this is crazy overextension. He's lucky I am Sturm, I have weaker firepower. Sending that thing there is really, really lucky. Kill this. Kill this. Damage, damage, damage. Kill. Now you see one medium tank out. A lot of value just went poof elsewhere. Paradise, I don't know. That medium tank is almost done for. So yeah. Now I trade in Yetang because I see him overextending. I'm fed up. I'm pissed off. I won't pay back. Damage the artillery. Now take a look at the unit count. I still maintain my 14 infantry. And look at him. 5 infantry. It's worst each single turn. His economy is bad. As you can see, is Sasha, and I have almost 2k more than him. So this means I got probably 4 extra building. Maybe 5. I'm not quite sure about the exact number, but I know I got more building than my opponent. So this means I control better the map. For the looks of it, 2 building on his side are still neutral, and this is wrong. And now if you take a look, I got 2 no, actually I got 3 out of 4 contested CD. So this means a lot. I got a better capture game than my opponent, and I can hold my building better than him. So now he attacks my artillery, and now he controls that hill. Now she resigned, and I understand why. Look. If you overwhelm your opponent weak side, this doesn't mean you won the game. You have a better placement. You have better positioning than your opponent. You have a small edge in terms of territory. But to take a look at the army, I just overwhelmed him. He cannot keep up. I just maintain 10 extra units he don't have. And I still gain more money than her each single turn. And she is spamming her power mid-turn or early in her turns. So this means her power is not really good and it's not really working. Because take a look, I still have 2 stars. And this is when you see a bad sasha player. I am Sturm. I have a 6-star power and I have 2 stars. Now if I was Javier with 2 stars, it's fine. But I am Sturm and I have 2 stars. It's wrong. I hope guys enjoyed. Like, comment, and subscribe. We will see each other in future video. Have a great day.